Hello, welcome to another installation of Vendor Voices with Kathy Zimmerman. This morning, we are very happy to have Jim Smith from Baker & Taylor. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
We would like to take just a moment to absolutely thank Baker & Taylor and you for your support and your partnership with ABOS. We love to have all of our vendors with us, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. So thank you.
Well, we appreciate all you do. So, you know, it's very important work, and, you know, we are tied at the hip. So
Thank you. Thank you. So a little bit about Jim. He's been with Baker & Taylor since 1989 in a variety of roles, including sales administration, project management, sales, and sales management. Currently, he is the Senior Vice President of Sales for North America. During Jim's tenure, he has been instrumental in the growth of customized library services and shifting the focus of the company towards digital and software services. Jim is passionate about literacy and libraries' ability to affect positive outcomes in their community. He is looking forward to the release of Baker & Taylor's boundless services and the impact that Baker & Taylor will continue to have in libraries across the country. So why don't you tell me just a little bit about Baker & Taylor's history in serving libraries?
Well, you know, I mean, Baker & Taylor started in 1836. So we are a very old company. And you know, our core value proposition really, you know, it hasn't changed significantly. I mean, you know, we want to make the book supply chain as easy for libraries and booksellers as possible, including book selection and ordering and cataloging and processing and invoicing and just, you know, all of those services that if libraries had to go to individual publishers and pay individual invoices, it would be a nightmare. You know, along the way, we've pioneered lots of innovation in libraries, you know, continuations and processing of books and shelf-ready books. Through Collection HQ, we offer data analytics to libraries, as well as a lot of ordering efficiencies along the way. When I first started with Baker & Taylor 33 years ago, our big innovation, we had a gray box called a beta phone, and you could type ISBNs in this box and then snap it to your phone and transmit an order to Baker & Taylor.
No way.
It was a tedious process. I think I still have one around here somewhere, but
oh my gosh,
this was pre-internet. So, but you know, at the time, I mean, it saved librarians a lot of time.
Oh, sure.
But you know, rather than they used to have to sit on the phone and call us and you know, or mail things into us. So, you know, and that kind of evolved into, you know, like a PC-based CD-ROM system. And then pre-2000, we had the first business-to-business internet ordering system, which we still have. Our Title Source product was actually one of the first first B2B software products over the web where customers could order from a vendor. So, you know, we've been steeped in innovation, you know, almost for the whole, you know, 190 years.
Wow.
Our existence. So it's a really cool company. I mean, you know, I obviously love it. I've been here 33 years.
Sure. So what is Baker & Taylor's focus in bringing literacy to libraries?
Well, so, you know, our current owner, or our owner, this is the first time we have been privately held, you know, since I've been here, and at least 50 years. We have new ownership, and you know, Aman has been with the company for several years. He's a Sikh Indian. He firmly believes that literacy is the cornerstone of improving communities and making them more resilient. You know, he embraces diversity, social emotional learning, and innovation. So, you know, our mission is really to support libraries in their mission of lifelong learning. you know, and just making it easier for libraries to affect positive change in their community through literacy. You know, we all know that higher literacy rates result in less crime, less poverty, less bullying. We know that, you know, children who read fiction increase empathy and, you know, and bully less, and it affects teen pregnancy, and just a host of other social issues are all improved through literacy. You know, and really in communities, we know it's hand-to-hand combat. You know, I mean, libraries are well equipped to meet people where they're at through bookmobiles and outreach services, and you know, it's for middle class, poor, rich. It doesn't really matter who you are. You know, the library has something for you, and we see our mission is to support libraries wherever and however we can, and continue to innovate and make things easier and easier for them to really, you know, do less of the mundane stuff of books and selecting books, and really focus on community outcomes, and just the individuals where they are.
Sure. So what kind of products are Baker and Taylor offering to help serve communities?
So, you know, first of all, we have Access 360, which is our ebook platform that we're rewriting. We're moving to a new platform we're going to call Boundless. And the first iteration of this is going to be Boundless for Kids. And we're creating a content bundle of over 1,000, you know, carefully curated ebooks. All of them are multi-use. Many of them are exclusive to this program. We wanted to create something that made it really easy for libraries to do programming, and you know, not have to worry about, you know, going out and finding multi-use books or having enough copies. And we didn't want it to be the usual suspects of multi-use titles that, you know, some of them are great, but, you know, some of them are just not so great.
Sure.
So we went out, we worked with the publishers, and, you know, first book in a series, and things that, you know, maybe it helps the publisher gain new readers, but I think it helps libraries with, you know, with programming and having some of those multi-use titles. There's also videos and interactive books and websites, and a programming utility that'll give libraries the ability to feature programs and themes, and program templates that libraries can use. So, you know, all in one bundle at one price, already curated and supported by our children's and teens group. So
wow, that sounds like a great program.
Yeah, we're really excited about, you know, it'll be out probably next month. You know, you know, I'm starting to get the screenshots, and, you know, it's really starting to come to life, and you know, a lot of the publishers are excited about it, and we're very excited about it. You know, along with that, we've got our family of pop-up library products. The first one's like a little box that operates off of the cell phone signal. So for rural areas, you know, you could load some of this bundle of titles onto this device, and whether there's a Wi-Fi network or not, people can get on their phones and start downloading books. They don't need a library card, and you know, they can be these multi-use books. So a bookmobile could roll into a rural area that maybe doesn't have Wi-Fi and still project a presence and let people download books on their phone. And really, if it's combined with a reading program, you know, people in those rural areas can maybe participate in the program along with everybody else, and the library doesn't have to worry about the number of copies.
Sure.
We also have an e-pop-up library that does work off of Wi-Fi, that, you know, you can take your phone out and scan a URL and just have access to the library's ebook collection. So I'm referring to my notes because we're rolling stuff out this year. You know, our tried and true, we have our summer reading program, or our giveaway program. We work with we've worked with publishers to curate selection lists of new and popular titles that are, tied to themes, tied to national themes. We've negotiated special discounts for libraries. We host a series of virtual author events in June and July with some of the authors that are on the list. So this year was R.L. Stine and Mary Pope Osborne. And it's really not just for summer reading. I mean, these giveaway books can support lots of themes, including like Teentober. Or, but we know the statistics on literacy and then the number of books in homes. So I'm a firm believer of these programs, summer reading. From a personal standpoint, I was an athlete, in college and high school, and I'm a very competitive person.
Mm-hmm.
And I was recently talking to an author who was kind of similar background. He's a very competitive guy as well. And both of us realized that our first experience with competition wasn't on a sports field. It was at the public library with a summer reading program when we were like 3 years old, and
Sure.
rushing to the library, getting books and putting stickers on the, and trying to, beat Mimi Rupert or, like one of the people,
Sure.
And it was funny to talk to him and have that shared experience that, that really was our first taste of competition, the public library.
Sure.
So anyway, I'm a big fan of summer reading programs.
They are, they are at our library. That's what summer's all about, is that summer reading program and getting those kids in there and teaching them that reading can be fun. Because sometimes
Absolutely.
during the school year, they get all caught up in learning from what they're reading. But in the summertime, they can cut loose and find the joy in reading. And that's what we all like. Definitely. It's that joy in reading.
No, but again, a lot, with the theme, I mean, that's one of the ways that we can support libraries and go out and try and get, more discounts so that they can give more and more books away to kids for the
Sure.
programs. A couple other things. We're rolling out a writing workshop for kids with one of our award-winning authors that's going to be part of the Boundless program and another program that I'll talk about later. He's created a writing workshop where a library can kind of bring him in for sessions, and the kids can actually create a book. The books get turned into high production value, sale ready books, and Baker and Taylor will advertise them, distribute them, and return a portion of the profits to the library.
Wow.
I think it's going to be a really cool program. And the guy that runs it is a 6'9" African-American, ex-basketball player, really, cool guy. He was in the room, and, like 15 minutes, 10 minutes around the guy, everybody ends up loving him because he's just very engaged, and he's really into children's literacy. And anyway, one of the many partners that we're working with. And then the last thing I'll talk about is, it's been around for a long time. I've always been a fan of it for bookmobiles because, we're a homogenous nation. A lot of us read the same things, that we want to read the same things. Kids are no different, nursing homes, prisons. I mean, everybody wants to, when they engage with the public library, they want to have, at least a shot at getting, the new and popular stuff. Mm-hmm. And our lease plan, for children, or children and teens books, adult books, makes it very easy to get enough copies in a small space that, the goal is to get them out circulating. But when they start coming back in, there's an easy way to get rid of them and not have them, sitting on the shelf. I mean, when you start seeing the red Baker and Taylor stickers, it's time to grab a handful of them and send them back.
Sure.
And some libraries have found it a very effective way to manage multiple copies and manage, high visibility, high demand things, especially where there's a small space involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I could go on and on. I mean, that's a few of the things.
Yeah, those are great highlights. You know, there's other work going on, not just we sell and ship you books. You know, our UPS driver comes in every day with 8 boxes from Baker and Taylor. And so it's not just buying and selling. There's a real awareness of community and literacy. And that's what we appreciate about Baker and Taylor. Definitely. Yeah. So, you know, DEI is a huge topic anymore in our society. What is Baker and Taylor doing to bring DEI into libraries?
You know, I touched on it before. I mean, Collection HQ is, you know, just the Taj Mahal of data analytics products in the public library world. You know, it does lots and lots of things with, you know, giving libraries insight into, you know, what's circulating, what's not circulating, and, you know, essential collection development tool. As part of that family, you know, we had been asked several times, you know, could we develop something that would analyze, you know, diversity, equity, inclusion type titles. So we set our librarians to work, and we developed basically, you know, the underlying algorithm that pulls together data from everywhere we have access to. So from our librarians, from our buyers, from the publishers, from MARC records, subject headings, BISAC subjects, and we put that all, you know, in a usable place in Collection HQ. So if you're a Collection HQ customer, you have access to this, and, you know, you can do a diversity audit and look at the percentages in your collection very easily. But, you know, we didn't want to stop there. Not everybody has Collection HQ. So we've taken that module and made it easy to get the data, you know, maybe quarterly from a library, so that we can do DEI analysis, you know, as part of a subscription plan. Mm-hmm. Looks like Collection HQ, because we've just kind of segregated that module. But we've allowed libraries to, at a very granular level, look at their collection, maybe with a quarterly, yearly, twice a year view of the diversity of their collections, which is becoming more and more important. I mean, libraries do a pretty good job, and a lot of these analysis are showing us that libraries are doing a pretty good job. But a library on their own doing a DEI analysis of their collection is miserable. I mean, it's a tedious, slow, you know, process. So, you know, this takes, it's very accurate. We've compared our results with libraries that have done that. And, you know, we actually have discovered in a lot of cases more diversity in their collection than what they even discovered. So it makes it very easy, A, for libraries to course correct or look at the course that they're on, and B, it makes it very easy to discuss diversity and what your collections are, you know, with stakeholders in your community. Which is another important aspect, because, you know, libraries come under fire all the time, you know, for
everything.
For everything. So, you know, having real live data supporting that, you know, hey, you know, 20% of my collection or 30% of my collection is diverse, and, you know, using industry metadata from all over, here's the granular breakdown. So that data has found its way into TitleSource. You know, it's less accurate in the beginning because we have less data to go with.
Sure.
It you know, it will help guide libraries. You know, the cart that I just made, how diverse is it? You know, how many diversity notes am I hitting? And anyway, it's been a particular focus of ours for the last year. Yeah, that's what we're doing with diversity.
Excellent, excellent. So, you know, you talked a little bit about Boundless. What other exciting things are coming up on the horizon for Baker and Taylor?
Well, so something I've been advocating for years, and that, you know, I found out our new CEO is pretty passionate about, is kind of getting back to our publishing roots. Early in our history, Baker and Taylor did publish books. We were a publisher and distributor, and then somewhere I think in the 50s we got away from that, and my whole career we've just been a distributor. But with certain areas that we notice that are kind of underserved in the publishing world a little bit, maybe social emotional learning, easy books, some diverse areas, and we wanted to get back into publishing. So we've dipped our toe in. We're calling it Paw Prints Publishing.
Oh, fun!
There are 5 titles out right now. And they're all, social emotional learning to COSLA standards. And there's some of the books are diverse and easy readers and a variety of bindings, and they're all available in Spanish. So I would encourage everybody to go out and, kind of look for Paw Prints Publishing. There's going to be more marketing coming out. Our first reviews are starting to come out, but we're very excited about it. And we have lots of plans. I mean, I think there's 15 more coming out, in the next cycle, and we have big plans to publish more and more, along these lines.
That sounds great.
And I'll also mention, Aman, our CEO, is very vocal about our mission, and that we are a mission-based company, and how we support libraries and why we support libraries. Aman's very good at defining the why are we in business. And we found that really does, through publishing, it attracts authors. We've got a lot of authors that want to work with us because of that, and a lot of partners just have kind of started to approach us with their products that are also mission-based companies. And there's several of these. I'll mention it. Parent TV is it's an Australian company with a very dynamic CEO. And she thought the world needed short parenting advice videos that were from authoritative figures in the world, talking about research-based practical parenting advice from, cradle to 18. Why is my kid biting people? What's the best way to to depression, to, how do I talk to my kids about racism? But short and research-based, not Uncle Joe or not somebody on YouTube, but, we're really excited about this product. I mean, to bring it to public libraries and,
oh, sure,
maybe schools and others out in the world, because I think there's a need for it. There's another company we're partnering with called Bendable. They are kind of a marketplace for a community of all of the education, training, workforce development products, starting with the public library, because libraries have a lot of this stuff. It's not particularly discoverable. They have it tucked away all over the place, and maybe you got to go 3 layers deep in the website to get to it, and it's a difficult proposition to pull together all of these learning resources. Library, and maybe even the community, maybe the Chamber of Commerce, the mayor's office has access to resources, and it's not discoverable. So Bendable was designed to take all of those resources and at a community level make them discoverable, powered by the public library, because it's the only organization in town whose mission is lifelong learning. So it was a good fit for libraries. But we're excited about rolling this out to communities and what it can offer in terms of usability of what libraries already have, and maybe some other products and other partnerships that libraries can enter into in their towns, like the Workforce Development Office. There's a place in the workforce development ecosystem for public libraries. There's just a certain group of people that probably aren't going to go the school route. They're not going to go the community college route. Maybe they've already failed in that realm. but micro credentialing through a platform like Bendable and another partner, 180 Skills, Valor 180 Skills that we're partnering with. You know, they'll go to the library, they trust the library, and they'll go there and get micro credentialed to upskill or maybe get their first job. So
Sure.
we're really excited about that. I mentioned Valor 180 Skills. They're kind of a, they do, you know, food service and manufacturing and you know, these jobs, there's high paying jobs in a lot of communities that can't find skilled workers.
Right.
Unskilled workers in communities that would love to have those jobs, but really with no path to get there. And so, you know, Valor 180 Skills, their training, their education products kind of get people there. So really excited about that. We work with Press Reader, you know, offering thousands of newspapers and magazines. And I'll talk about one more.
Okay.
Because it's part of our Boundless offer, the Boundless for Kids offer, is Checkers Library TV. We've partnered with these guys. So it's Joey and Snoozer. These are high production value TV shows that, you know, in a given episode, Joey and Snoozer will, you know, solve a problem, you know, maybe a STEAM-based problem, or, and they feature the public library in every episode. So they might review a book that they're using, and then, you know, very often either the makerspace or some craft project or something at the library will, you know, kind of lead to the resolution. And it's kind of designed to have that programming available physically at the library. And so for this virtual TV show to kind of drive kids to want to use the library, introduce things that are at the library, you know, maker spaces and programming and, you know, story hour and all of this stuff, books that are physical books that are at the library. So I love it. I think it's cool. I think it you know, in a virtual way, it drives kids to the library. So I think it's really cool. So anyway, there's lots more.
Excellent.
You know,
Lots of stuff
out of the woodwork. So lots of stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay. So to end with everything, what might libraries not know about Baker and Taylor?
Well, cheating. There's two things, maybe.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
Number one, and a lot of librarians know this, but the library cats, Baker and Taylor.
Oh, we love them.
They were real cats. They were the Douglas County Public Library in Nevada, and Baker and Taylor donated the cats to the library. There's a cat lover there, and I think, you know, somebody had a connection, and so they were real. They actually made it to an ALA one year. They were not fans. They were library cats, not convention cats, but
yeah,
they were real cats. And you know, they're no longer with us, but they were, you know, beloved and real.
Oh my gosh.
And the second thing people might not know, our CEO is a children's author. So part of he was about our publishing offering, you know, where other CEOs are writing business books and stodgy stuff. Ours was writing you know, an SEL focused book on the power of friendship with a Sikh boy and his dog Fudge. So the book's called Jeet and Fudge. Just got its first positive review, and actually of our publishing program, it's one of our best sellers.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Followed by there's a Baker and Taylor cats doing things in different cities series too. So we're really excited about the publishing program. It's cool, and Amon loves his book, and it's good. It's you know, it's an easy reader. And
yeah,
it's super really well illustrated, and you know, how many, you know, books are out there about a Sikh boy and his dog exploring friendship, you know?
Yeah, not very many.
There's not very many. It's
no.
cool, and I think a welcome addition to you know, it should be a welcome addition to, you know, a lot of libraries collections.
Yeah, those are excellent. So thank you so much for being here. Conference is in 59 days. We'll be excited to have Baker and Taylor there. It's going to be a good time. Weather will be wonderful in Scottsdale in October.
Yes.
And we appreciate everything you do for us. So thank you so much
We
again for
appreciate
being here.
everything libraries do. So thank you for having me, and we will see you in
Scottsdale. Yeah. All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.